The brain dump buffer. You're sitting at your desk, clean laptop, fresh coffee, everything perfectly arranged. But your brain is a browser with 47 tabs open. Your phone buzzes. Your mind jumps to that email you forgot to send, then to dinner plans, then to that awkward thing you said 3 days ago. You didn't even start working yet, and you're already exhausted. Here's the thing. Your brain isn't broken. It's just overloaded. Think of your mind like a computer. When too many programs are running, everything slows down. The first cheat code isn't about discipline. It's about clearing your mental RAM. Take 5 minutes. Write down everything. Not just your tasks. Everything. The grocery list floating in your head. The conversation you need to have. The weird dream you had last night. Don't organize it. Don't prioritize it. Just dump it all onto paper. Your brain has been trying to hold on to all of this information, afraid it'll forget something important. But once it's written down, your mind can finally let go. It's like decluttering your desktop before you open the important window. The relief is immediate. Your thoughts stop competing for attention. This is the real cheat code. You're not managing your focus. You're managing your cognitive load. The context cue swap. You light the same candle every time you work. Not because you love the scent, not because it's relaxing, because your brain is a pattern recognition machine. Over time, that specific smell becomes your focus trigger. The lighting changes, the song plays, your nervous system knows what's coming. Most people think willpower is a muscle you strengthen, but actually, it's a resource you conserve. The trick isn't fighting your brain's need for routine, it's hijacking it. Your environment trains your brain without you realizing it. Every time you sit in the same chair, your body remembers what comes next. Create a context cue, something you only do when it's time to work. A specific playlist, a particular lighting setup, even a specific chair. The cue doesn't have to be elaborate, it just has to be consistent. Your brain starts preparing for focus mode before you even begin. Within 2 weeks, the association becomes automatic. Your nervous system shifts into work mode the moment the trigger appears. You're not forcing concentration, you're programming it. This is the real cheat code. You're not managing your focus in the moment, you're designing it in advance. Your willpower stays intact because your brain already knows what to do. The cold start. Your face hits the cold water. The shock is immediate. Your sympathetic nervous system kicks in. Heart rate spikes, mind clears. It's not about being refreshed, it's about resetting your neural state. When you're groggy or scattered, your brain is stuck in low gear processing. The cold jolt shifts you into high alert mode. Think of it like rebooting your brain in safe mode. The science is simple. Cold exposure activates your body's natural awakening response. Fight or flight, but controlled. Your pupils dilate. Blood flows to your prefrontal cortex. The fog lifts instantly. You're not pushing through the fog, you're clearing it. Splash your face. Use a cooling wipe. Even an ice cube on your wrists works. The method doesn't matter. The temperature shock does. Your brain interprets the cold as a signal to wake up. Every system comes online. The clarity lasts for 30 to 45 minutes, just enough to get momentum. This is the real cheat code. You're not forcing alertness. You're triggering it. Your body already knows how to be sharp. You just need to flip the switch. The dopamine delay trick. You sit down to work. Your hand moves toward your phone. Here's where most people fail. They try to resist the urge completely, but resistance creates tension, and tension burns focus. Instead, you make a deal with yourself. I'll check my phone in 5 minutes. Most urges pass in 90 seconds. The delay builds focus stamina. Your brain stops panicking when it knows the reward is coming. It can wait because it has a timeline. You're not denying your brain its dopamine hit. You're training it to wait. The trick isn't eliminating distractions, it's scheduling them. When you tell yourself later, your brain stops panicking about missing something. It can focus on the task at hand. This works because your brain craves certainty more than it craves instant gratification. Give it a plan and it relaxes. Give it uncertainty and it spirals. This isn't willpower, it's negotiation. You're not fighting your brain's need for stimulation, you're managing it. Your focus improves because your brain trusts you to follow through. The 10-minute tunnel. 10 minutes. That's all you commit to. Not the whole project, not the perfect outcome, just 10 minutes of starting. Most procrastination isn't about laziness, it's about overwhelm. Your brain looks at the mountain and decides it's too tired to climb, but you're not asking it to climb. You're asking it to take one step. Set the timer. Begin. Often, the hardest part is opening the document, or finding the first sentence, or making the first mark. Once you're in motion, momentum does the rest. The timer becomes your safety net. Your brain knows it only has to perform for 10 minutes. But here's what usually happens. When the timer goes off, you don't want to stop. You turned procrastination into forward motion. The movement reset. You walk away, literally. No phone, no podcast, just you and the movement. 5 minutes, around the block, up the stairs. Doesn't matter. Your working memory needs a reset. Your stress hormones need to drop. Mental breaks don't work the same way. When you scroll or check messages, you're still processing information. Your brain never gets to rest. But walking? Walking is different. Your mind enters a default mode. Thoughts flow without effort. Connections form without forcing. When you return, attention locks in faster. Like your brain used the walk to organize itself. Movement breaks are more effective than mental ones. The visual timer trick. You set a visual timer, not digital, not on your phone, one where you can watch the time physically disappear. Your brain treats it like a challenge. The ticking becomes a game. There's urgency without anxiety, pressure without panic. Most people think time pressure creates stress, but actually it creates focus. When you can see the countdown, your brain stops wondering how much time is left. It knows exactly where it stands. The visual element matters. Your brain processes spatial information faster than numerical information. You're not racing against time. You're playing with it. The one loop soundtrack. One song, on repeat, not a playlist, not an album. The same track, over and over. It sounds boring. That's the point. Your brain stops processing the music as new information. It becomes background texture. The loop creates a mental tunnel. No surprises, no decisions about what comes next. Lo-fi beats work, so does a piano track or a movie score. The genre doesn't matter. The repetition matters. Your brain enters a rhythm. The music becomes a carrier wave for your thoughts. You're not listening to the song anymore. You're thinking inside it. Here's the thing about focus. It's not about elimination. It's about orchestration. You're not removing distractions. You're designing conditions where focus happens naturally. Your brain wants to concentrate. It just needs the right environment. Clear the mental clutter. Create the context cues. Reset when you need to. Work with your nervous system, not against it. These aren't productivity hacks. They're psychological tools. And the best part, once you understand how your brain works, you can stop fighting it. You can start partnering with it. That's the real cheat code, turning your mind into an ally instead of an opponent.